Hello everybody, it's me. Welcome back to the video. Now, in this video, there is something I wanted to talk about. And I want to talk about the very small balance change coming to Doodle World with the Summer Goer event, I think is what it is. I'm pretty excited to see what it is, and I'm going to catch you guys all up on what the heck might be happening with this event and everything that we currently know about it. But without further ado, let's hop straight into it. Alright, and heading straight into the first thing, let's talk about the balance patch that is coming. I'm pretty sure this is all that we know. There might be some more stuff coming, but this is definitely something that we can talk about. Now, here are some balance changes that are coming. For one, Mallowtrick is finally getting a dark magical stab, which is going to be insane. It is actually an incredibly interesting move. It is called Fatal Flaw. I'll show it on screen now. A 75 base power dark magical attack. The user identifies a target's most fatal flaw and attacks accordingly. This attack uses the target's defense or magical defense, whichever one is lower. So it's kind of like an interchanging size shock in a way, where let's say it's a magical attack but their physical defense is lower, it's going to hit their physical defense. But if they increase their physical defense to be higher than their melee defense or magical defense, it's going to hit the magical side. So it'll always hit the defense stat which is lower. So generally, like things like Skadeen, it's always going to hit something on the lower defensive side. With Titanium Bucket, that could be very, very nice. Could be very helpful. I don't know how exactly it's going to work in the damage calc. I think Eat has already gotten it all up and running. But honestly, a very interesting move, which I really hope gets distributed more to things, because Fatal Flaws is such a cool move, and I'd hate for it to be stuck on Mallowtrick, which generally I don't think is a very strong doodle, but it's always been one that I've enjoyed using, and I've always liked the look of it. So hopefully it gets, I just want it to be distributed a little bit more, and the fact it's also a dark stab for Mallowtrick is awesome, because it's been waiting for one for such a long time. It's been stuck with Pickpocket, and I think Shadow Bolt. I think something like that. If we go check Mallowtrick real quick, I just wanted to talk about this a little bit because I think it's a cool move. Also, its abilities are generally pretty mid in my opinion. Yeah, it's incredibly bulky, super duper slow. Has been stuck with Shadow Bolt. It's got Sleep and Seal, which is an incredible move. You know, it has a lot going for it. And right now, I think that this change that's coming to it is going to be absolutely incredible, and it is really going to help Mallowtrick, and I really hope it does end up helping it, because Mallowtrick desperately needs it. Definitely going to be using that thing for a showcase though. And then the next balance change we actually have is Maximut / Desdog. Their hidden trait is being changed from Nullify to High Value Target, which is a new ability. When this doodle attacks a target that has been out for 4 or more turns, this doodle's attack does 50% more damage. In my opinion, this ability is completely useless. Listen, nothing is realistically going to be staying on the field for 4 or more turns unless it has like setup or it is stalling like a Sheemish. Even then, 50% more damage is nothing if it gets a melee defense increase in those 4 turns. If something is staying on the field for that many turns, it's gonna be really, it's usually something defensive that you're not gonna be able to break very easily. But if this ability works where in total turns it's been on the field is 4, then it could be an absolutely insane ability, because in the late game it's just gonna be doing 50% more damage guaranteed. Because think about it. For one, if you're playing the long game and you switch in Springling 4 times instead of staying in for 4 turns, does that mean that the ability is active or no? If the ability doesn't reset when doodles switch, I think this would be a much better ability, but if not, then I just don't. What the? Huh? What the? No collision? Anyway, I just don't think this ability is very good at all, and it's probably not going to help it at all. What made Desdog so good was Enchanted Ruby with Nullify, and it was just so strong, be able to throw out just such free moves. Nothing could switch into Desdog. It was just insane how powerful it was, and it's very nice to see it getting nerfed. I never had any trouble with it because I never actually fought it, but from what I know of in some other players, they've been telling me like how it's difficult to fight, and funnily enough, they told me to showcase it so it would get nerfed, which I thought was hilarious. But yeah, that's the Desdog thing. Let me know how you guys feel about that. And generally, this might affect Desdog a lot, but if it works how in total they've been on the field for 4 turns, or it's just once they switch out it resets, then yeah, it's probably not going to be a very good ability in my opinion. It's probably going to run one of the other 2 abilities. I think, what is the other 2 abilities? I think it's Gloomy and something else, I think. Let me see. Gloomy and Menacing Snarl. It's probably just going to become Gloomy. I don't know. It's not that very good of an ability. I'm not going to lie. But yeah, that is Desdog. And then we have one more thing to go over, which might be the biggest change out of this entire patch. Pursuit is being reworked. This move is never super effective or not very effective. It will always do 1 times damage in regards to the type chart, and it is still a dark type move. Now look, that means that regardless of any type, Pursuit will always just do completely normal damage. It can't be boosted or anything unless it's boosted by like a dark, like your dark typing, or like a dark candy, or a dark taffy. It's never going to be boosted, which in my opinion is a very, very, very good change. Pursuit's always been a very irritating move to deal with. In fact, that now it can't be super effective nor not very effective is very good, and I think it's definitely how Pursuit in general should always work, where if you try to switch out, you can't, because then you can just get, like, you would just die. You know, if I went Ella Fortune, right, I could just get Pursuit trapped and I'm dead, though that was never really an issue because it would trap you first, you know? And generally, it's gonna be interesting to see it in action. I don't think it's gonna be as good as it was before, but hey, you never know. This is all speculation until this stuff comes out. And honestly, let me know how you guys feel about this Pursuit rework. I think it's a very interesting take on the move Pursuit, and it will definitely help a lot of things in the meta be able to play the game. You know, it's also gonna be annoying now that you can't really Pursuit trap Seam Knights. Now it's just entirely free to switch out every single time and never has to be scared. But yeah, then this last little bit of news I wanted to talk about was the Summer Go event. I think it's a Summer Go event, a summer update. I'll show on screen here in a little bit about what we might be working with. Actually, I'll show it now, right here. You'll see that we have an incredibly built summer vacation area. It's really pretty. Looks like you can get surfboards in the top right. There's like some waves there. Very well made, happy little village. And this is where the summer event is going to take place. It'll be similar to the winter event, but instead of just delivery tasks, there'll be more tasks to do, such as completing a maze or an obby. The incredible thing about that is there's more to do than in the winter event. I was not particularly a fan of the winter event exclusively just because I had to just keep doing tasks and just go back and forth. You know, it just wasn't the greatest. But now that it's being reworked and it's going to be different, I'm probably, depending on how it performs, I'll probably grind out this event. It could be really fun. Who knows? And generally, I am pretty excited. It is going to be delayed, however, and we do have to deal with that. But hey, we dealt with worse, you know, we dealt with worse. But something that happened to them, I don't know what happened to them, but I seriously hope whatever it is, they are fine, because if it was something that could put them in danger or in harm's way or something, I seriously hope that they're all right. But yeah, I think that's all the news I have now. Let me know how you guys feel about the balance patch coming, and if you think Mallowtrick will be any better than it is now. I think it definitely will be a little bit better, but it's still not going to be a meta. I think Pursuit change is really nice and is a very good take on the move, and Desdog, it really depends how the ability works. If they've been on the field for a total of 4 turns to do more damage, or if they've been on the field for 4 turns and it resets when they switch. It's either one of them's gonna be good, one of them's gonna be bad. I'm not sure. But overall, hopefully that you guys enjoy, and I'll see everyone in the next one. Bye-bye!